Lou. Thought I would do a warm-up game here. Of course, it puts a king on the top. King. See, we got twos under this. Blue queen is here. Green queen is here. Okay, that's not that bad. Oh, it's not bad at all. Well, okay, hold on. See, we kind of want these gone. But we're just going to throw these on this jack, which sort of blocks. Let's just make sure we're not going too fast. We might need to freeze some other things. I don't know. Let's just... So obviously this 2 goes. This 10 can go on this jack if we don't cover it up. Right, if I put the jack here, then I could throw the jack in the... Oh, no, we can't because we need the... Yeah, we need the 21, 2019. I'm just going to probably do that because the 11 by itself... The 11 by itself does not help that much. All right. The decision is made. So if I throw the jack in the hole, we get 18, we get 2. We don't get 10. But I could flip these onto there. Or I could just put these on the jack right now. We don't get 17 yet. But we're kind of close. We can do 5, 4, 3 here. I was noticing that because this 8's under the 17 and that wants to go on the 7 clearly. So there's 6, we got 6, 8 here. So that's the only place for the 7 to go. Also, we have 10, 9. So we kind of want to get this 9 out in the 10, 8 sandwich. And we want to put the 7 in the 6, 8 sandwich. And then pile all that on the 5. And we kind of can do all that. So if we put king, this is scary. We put king, queen in the hole, 17 up, 7 on the 8, 17 on the 16. Then we're dead, actually. Or no, king, queen on the jack. Right, okay. Then 17 in the hole. 7 on the 8, 17 on the 16. And then we put 7, 8 in the hole inverted. Yeah, we can do this. We can do it. We can do it. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right. Now what? This 4 is kind of calling to us, so the 3 can go on the 4, 5. Gold 4. If we just get this 0, then this 1 goes, and we can put the 8, 7, 6, 5 on the 9. Or we could just... See, the thing is, we want the king, queen, jack on the 10 and on the 9. We could also just throw this in a hole. These pop, 2 pops. Where's 3? There. I don't know. We have a lot of options right now, is how I feel about this. But if we get this 8, 7, 6, 5 on the 9, then the queen jack goes on the king. Or the king goes over here and we get the 2s, which is actually super valuable. Let's just do that. Let's get 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 right away. Let's just... That's too good. All right. So now we have 987 here almost. A game with Spanish deck of... What makes you think this is Spanish deck of cards? What? 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 Okay, we can trade this 4 cards for 1 card. That's great. And then now as soon as we get 3, this whole stack goes. Okay. So this 7 we could just about put on there. In fact, we can go 987, 987. So then we can do this trade. And 12 wants to go in the 11-13 sandwich. This is going to be hard to deal with, though, because 2 is down here and 5 is down there. So we got to do some other stuff. But we can do this, pop the 1, and then swap it with the 87654. That's great. And then blue 10 is down here. So we can kind of get that. But it involves sacrificing our free slot, which would not be great. Well, let's do this trade. Easy trade. Easy trade. Oh, 6 goes. 6 of cups goes. You found a strategy to the pachinko games. Okay. What is the strategy besides? So the obvious strategy is make sure that there's one of approximately every number, although you don't really need every number because you only need numbers on one side, right? Available. So the thing is, it only gives you numbers that are consecutive to numbers that are on the board, which is weird. I don't like that rule, but it would be totally unplayable without that. So it only gives you numbers that are consecutive to numbers on the board, but that includes the dudes who are locked in the train car and shit, right? Um, so I think you just have to super nerd sweat what are all the numbers, right? And I kind of don't like that. Maybe I would learn to like it, but I just don't like the game. But if you have a different strategy than that, I mean, I guess you could make it easier to think about if you said, like, I want 3 different even numbers and 3 different odd numbers. That probably gives you a lot of coverage, but not really. You could accidentally have them all be at one end of the range or something. we kind of almost can do these, right? Because the 15, if I pop the 18, 17, 16, then we can pop the 15 by putting 4 up, but the 12, we have no room then to put the 12 in the sandwich here. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I got to remember that 6 pops off. Red 6 pops off. So that gives us 4, but we can't really use this 4. 5 and 3 are eh. But we could put the 4 up, green 6 over here, 10 down on the jack. Okay, wait. 10 in the hole, 6 pops, 4 up, green 6 over here, 10 on the jack. We can't put it between the 9 and the jack, which is where we want it. And then 4 back down. So we lose our slot doing that. But we do pop some stuff. We pop red 6. Red 7 is down here. That's not that good. I'm kind of ready just to do this, right? So we put king, queen, jack. We eat our slot. 18, 17, 16 pop. 9, 8, 6, oh, 2 pops. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 can bounce onto the 10, which can bounce onto the king, queen, jack, actually. Or we could just get our slot back. Okay. Anytime you can just get the slot back, you're fine, right? So let's just do this. Okay. So we can just throw this on the 10. In fact, we'll just do that because the only other move is to go the other way. All right. So now we could make king through 4 over here, and that would put the 5 up. And we did want a place to put this 4, right? So that would give us that. But the problem is we can't get the 4 now if we do that. But I'm happy with that because now, oh, now we could do the 15 and the 12, right? Sometimes you just got to do the thing. So this will pop the 15, and then we can put the 12 in the sandwich. Like that. Okay. Now, if we get to 2, 3, and 4 come off, right? That would be great. So let's look at this again now in the current configuration. 10 in the hole here, 6 pops off. King, queen, 10 up. King, queen, jack, 10 in the hole. Um, we could do 4 on the 5. See, this is different now. If we put 5 on the 4, we could put 3, 4 on the 2 and get a slot that the 10 comes back down into. So um, we would have lost our slot, but maybe not too badly. Okay, or so 10 is up. King, Queen, Jack, 10 is here. Actually, if we do this, instead of doing the 10 up first, we go king through 4. We can go king through 4 in this slot, right? Okay. Then, oh, but if we do that, no, if we do that, 6 doesn't pop off when we do this. That's the problem. Okay, so we don't do king through 4. We do king through 10. 6 is gone. 4 on the 5 is the other one. And then probably 6 on the 7. 10 comes back down. So that's kind of like what we had before. But then we can put 9 through 4 because the 4 is still a 1-bagger. Oh, dude, what am I doing about this, by the way? That's kind of dumb. Why didn't I fix that? Okay, so now the 7, yeah, so now if we do this, the 7 can go off. Whoops. Like that. So that's pretty good. So now we can just get 2, 3, 4 because the 5 is revealed. So let's just do that. Okay, well that makes it easy. Honestly. So then we can do this trade without thinking about it. We could do this and put that on the 8. And then we could put the jack. So this 2 will pop off, and then we can go 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. The 5 can go down there, and then the 9, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, the 5, 6, 7, 8 is all right. We won the game. Okay, let's get rid of the 13, guys. We don't want to have 13. There we go. The game likes to give you numbers based on the finishing holes or numbers rather than really? Oh god, I really hate rules like that. Like that don't make any sense. Whoops, wrong game. That don't make any sense. Do you mean like exposed finishing cards or literally finishing cards? Any that's covered and inaccessible.
Kaizen, a factory story.
I don't like the clothing part of this game. I kind of want to skip it. I'm just not in the mood now. Okay, so 6 wide. Oh, these are the collar bits. And the buckle goes on there. I mean, we're sort of doing the same thing over and over now, right? Okay, the thing is we can't, this is actually an interesting shape because we can't track the, like I sort of want to flip this onto a grinder and that doesn't work. So this is literally just the size though. So this is just the size it needs to be, and it could only be welded from the side. So our job is to make this. Here's what we're going to do. Going to go here. Going to go there. All right. So we're going to go these boblios. Okay, and the problem is, see, you can't even do this with one arm because like these become two pieces, right? So this, but this is still no, really one cycle, right? Because I can push. I am the arm. I am the arm. I can push. Okay, this is also interesting because getting it in there is going to be annoying. But let's just make sure this works. Yeah, so that's one cycle. Now, the problem is, as you see, tracking this along, let me just see what happens if I flip it. No, it is not ambi. So this, though, okay, again, we have this challenge where we can't like cut it all. Let's just try this. So we can do this. Oh, we actually need 4 for the... Okay. Yeah, so we can't cut this using the flip method this side. We can do this side, right? Okay, however, the problem now is maybe it's not that much of a problem. I mean, it's sort of it. So the collars need to get put in here. And the only place they could be bound is from the top. Well, one of them has to be. One of them. No, they both have to be. So, I mean, we could put it in from the side while this other stuff is happening, right? So we can go track D6, except we can't do that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We got okay, let's not forget to get rid of that. We're going to get really confused. Um so we need to put these in place. I mean, we could flip it twice, right? To like way the hell out here. That actually solves the grind issue. Let's just do that. You know what? I mean, it seems ridiculous, but the game wants us to do ridiculous things. So, bam, all right? So that's going to give us these. All right. And the thing is, during that flip, we can do this. So if we're going to have one of these here and one of these here, then all we got to do is before any of this happens, we need D. So this is actually here, right? Wait, what am I doing? No, it's there. That's there. Okay. Now, the final trick, okay, if we're going to really do this in style, why would you only flip twice, right? So why wouldn't you do all this upside down? Oh, and the problem is I want to flip it vertically. Oh, that's fine because we just flip it up instead of down, right? I don't know. Something like that. Okay. So now that this is totally... Oh, but flipping it up now does not really work because there's nothing to hold on to. Okay, wait. Maybe we just leave it here. I was thinking about flipping it back, but we just leave it here. Okay, we leave it here and everyone else comes to them. I would say that the mountain comes to Mohammed, but we don't want to give that guy any press. Oh, but we can't. Wait, no, these are in the wrong place now. That's why. I was like, but right? So, dude, all these things are wrong now. I thought I rewound. Okay. Yeah, we can just put the rest of the stuff. Oh no, we can't because there's no way to weld. There's no way to weld. What if we don't make the belt? Okay, new plan, guys. New plan. Not new plan. Uh mild adjustment to plan. Okay, check this shit out. We're going to do the buckle later. We're going to start by welding that. And this is going to be over here somewhere. And what that's going to do... Okay. And then since it's welded, check this shit out. And then check this shit out. We'll start this welded to here. All right. Okay, and then you know what we're going to do with this? Yeah. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And then all this goes. And then D here has one job. You have one job, which is to pull this. Actually, this is fine. So D is going to track right to. With grab on. Wait, 1, 1, 2, track right 3. Grab on. What? Oh, because we had that. And then track right 3 without grab, something like that. Okay. So now my problem is just the buckle is flipped. Which makes me sad. That's the only reason we didn't just win that book. Okay. That's one move. So we're going to bring C back here. Or B. Going to bring B back. And we're going to weld this upside down. Okay, now what? Why is this not okay? Is it not perfect? Is it not perfect in every way? Top and bottom aren't welded. Oh, because I... Wait, what? Yeah, they are. Right here. Remember, so step 1 is that top has these, right? And those end up here. And bottom is this. Okay, what? It doesn't like that, right? What about it? Does it have to be flipped? Zach! What? Can anybody tell me? Oh, it's not welded. Right. Okay. All right, well, that's our 2-cycle dress. We had fun doing it. Not the cheapest dress factory in the world. Or, who are these fucking jokers? Fabian spent the same amount of money and he's twice as slow. Come on, man. We did use a lot of area. We did use a lot of area. I could almost C could be put down here, but E cannot. Can the far left welder be moved to the right side of the belt? Yes, but that doesn't matter at all. That does not save area because the starting of the pieces takes area. Now, we could do this in a little bit less area. All right, let's save it. Here's how. Because when we do this first flip, we don't need to flip from the edge. We could flip from here and then move these, right? And then that's going to change everything else. But... oh, wait, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. Flipping confuses me in this game, dude. I don't know why. I made a whole frickin' game about flipping. Okay, wait. So if this is here, yeah, there's no way to do what we need to do, actually. Whoops. So the thing that I think of to make this smaller is, you know, my original plan was going to involve a vertical flip, and we could try that, right? So we can vertical flip and then horizontal flip, right? The only problem is this is in the way, but we can move that over there, right? So that's still good. So now here, instead of horizontal flipping onto these, oh, wait, we can't. So the problem is we want a vertical flip onto those. But, and it's a big but, if we're flipping around the belt axis, it would have to start on these. And these can't be moved here because they would destroy the final buckle. Flip in place in the middle part? What? That'll be slower. Why would I do that? Also, you can't because it's an even number of squares wide, so flipping is never symmetric. I mean, so if we wanted to go for cheap, that would be a totally different design probably, right? Like cheap in this game means have one arm do everything and be very serial and slow, right? Yeah, maybe I don't see anything to fix here. All right, let's go on. We could tease Tyler about that one.
But perhaps
It was
and
a
don't
mistake.
you never know. Tea and the tea ceremony. And this particular tea comes from. Promise me you'll do a little research. It would be barbaric to pour.
I promise.
I never.
Now I
Numba-san is so cool. You can tell she had a tough. She just keeps her eye on the goal and mark.
Yeah. It's
I wish I could be half as hard for me. I don't know if I.
sure you do.
It's nice you think. Everyone says we're privileged. There must be some.
Tomoe.
Well,
You've got.
that's why designing you ready to
I can design
it
it
now.
There we go. I can't wait for the cutscene where this guy tries to pull something. Claw machine. My claw. H claw and V claw. How does this? I can't. So that's not the H claw. That's not what? I mean it. Oh, we need the other piece, I guess. No, I don't get it. So there's this, and then there's some piece, and then some piece. I guess I rotate one of these and bind it to the other one. So obviously you see certain, like these have to be the same orientation and cannot be rotated. I just don't. I mean, I guess the lighting gradient tells you, like, will that flip when we rotate it? No. So you got to match the lighting gradients. Okay, so that means this is the inner piece. So this has to be there. I see. So you got to like H flip them and shit. Okay, wait. Do these count as the same piece is sort of the question that I have. It says clow. My clow. I would have V and H because that's just how they're oriented to start. It's just making it so you can't do the same thing with all of them. Unless it literally does mean that these are for the H sides and the V sides. No, you know what? It does mean that because the gradients are different here. All right. I already don't like this puzzle. Let's. All right, let's see. So we're going to go. We have to rotate it 180 degrees, which is a double flip, right? A rotate, B rotate. And then we'll Pokemon from A. Like that. And then we'll Pokemon from A. Right? And then we'll have C rotate. And we'll have D rotate. Right, so C has to retract when D rotates. And then we'll Pokemon. The problem is doing this arm, we want to do the same thing. It's going to be annoying. All right. Wait. Instead of C flipping, we'll fix it later, but instead of doing a Pokemon here, A can flip from there. Let's do that. A doesn't Pokemon. A does this. All right. And then this is A. And then like that. Okay. And then we do the same thing. Literally the same thing. We go, oh, but while this is happening, B can pre-rotate this piece. All right. Oh, except, fuck. We can't do that. All right, we can't do that because we don't have an extra arm out here. Anyway, we'll solve like this, but we can save a cycle right there. Okay, B rotates, A rotates. We probably could flip this, right? Because you can flip in parallel and then you don't have to rotate as much. It's going to break my brain to think about. So we won't worry about that till later. Pokemon, same thing. Let's make this a Pokemon. All right, so we just have to do that in the horizontal direction as well. And then we win. We win great ultimate victory. Um, do it this way. Okay. So going back here, let's make this E. All right, because we want A, B, C, and D to be doing the same thing. So this is E rotate. All right. So C goes this way. D goes this way. Doesn't matter, actually. And so this is gonna mean that E has to be short. E is just gonna chill there. Oh, because E didn't, right. Let's just do the thing for now. But so when we build this out, it's going to land on E, and then we'll make E shorter at that time. Anyway, this is literally the same. C rotate. D rotate. Pokemon. Do that. Okay, these though. Oh, we didn't put our binders. Right? So now we make, whoops, we make that short. Okay. And back here, I mean, this should just be a Pokemon. Wait. What is happening here? So then we go A flip. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a Pokemon. Oh, fuck. That's going to be a Pokemon. All right. And then C is ready to do next time. B flip, A flip. All right. I mean, I can think of some funny stuff to do here. I don't know, maybe not. All right, so second phase, same thing. Done. $33. All right. So Fabian got it in 9 cycles, so we'll do it. We'll do it in 9 cycles. Okay. So let's just try to delete some instructions too. So we do this, we flip there. Now we could have an arm on the other side doing the flip, right? And if we do that, the A retract happens earlier. What was the thing I was saying before? I don't know. Okay. There's all sorts of things we could try to do to save time. We can flip the main thing first because we have a spare flippy spot here, right? So we could flip this upside down. And then I think that would mean this only needs to flip once. And then we push. But then the other one needs to then flip once. But if that's the case, here I should actually put these this way to make room for D. If we only need to flip once, right? So we track, flip, flip. So right now this is flip, flip, push one, why are we doing that? Why are we doing 2 different pushes? Oh, because we need to get the other thing, right? You need to push one to get it and then push again. Okay, what if we did flip, no, track, flip, flip, push. That's still 4. Still 4. Okay, but you know what? We can save our cycle. We can tie Fabian just by doing this, right? So we're gonna have F out here. F is gonna flip. And then we're gonna have F minus 3. And that lets us move A here. Does that help? So at this time, yeah, see, at this time already, none of these are occupied, so all of these could slide 1, right? And in fact, this could be, oh, guys, hold on. All right, so that's one cycle faster. Tied Fabian. Now, that does take some more area, right? 210. But we have a 168 area, so come on, bro. Also the F can be a little closer. And actually, wait, this doesn't require F, right? Wait. This could still be A, right? Maybe not. No. What did I screw up now? Oh, because B rotated. That's the problem. Here, B is rotating, but it doesn't have a piece yet. That's the problem with not so we got to retract A sooner. So we're going to go back to the F plan. All right. Now this doesn't... Maybe it does have to be double Pokemon. So I feel like we can save another cycle. Because here's the thing. We're like waiting a whole cycle. There's an extra push here in order to bind these pieces to the body, because I was like, let's get the pieces in the right orientation, right? And then go. But the second piece is in the right orientation, all right? So this could bind right here. So if we move this up, move this up, move this up, then we're going to crash because we're Pokemoning too much. But like, there we go. We just delete this. Oh, but we can't start till later. See, B is trying to start. And we can't do that until we have flipped from E, right? And now B and A are trying to go at the same time, and A is... Okay. However, that is fewer instructions, and we might be able to do more with it, right? And it's less area. So let's do that on the other side now. Right. So let's see if this makes it less or more confusing. We've got CD, push, weld. And then C doesn't need to Pokemon the second time. Well, that saves us a whole cycle, right? Maybe. And then C, D. Whoops. Bulk, delete. All right. We beat Fabian. Suck it. Now, Our last move here is a Pokemon, but we can go A, B. Oh, maybe we can't do this at the same time. Yeah, that sucks. But, okay, wait, going way back here. Oh no, because A can't till we flip out of the way. See, if we hadn't done the thing we just did, A could start earlier. Like these guys started already. See, C and D are done already, but A is not done. You think by doing the 4 A, B, C, T together, it saves a cycle. All right, we're back to our previous area with one cycle better. I don't know what A, B, C, D together means. Also, this could just be A at this point. So this flip, since this was just a Pokemon, this instruction doesn't do anything. This could be A, and this could be deleted. Check that shit out. This is all the same solution. Eke another cycle out by returning A, B to their start position. They are in their start position. They never leave the start position now because we compacted it to get rid of the Pokemon. Or get rid of the extra Pokemon. Okay, here's the thing. Well, I don't know. Dude, we're so close. There's just one little nugget here. I'm satisfied with this, though. This is a good solution. And now, wait, we don't need E either, by the way. We're flipping on E and C at the same time, but that doesn't do anything? Wait, why are we doing that? Oh, because C, right. We need that because C is not connected after the A flip. And of course, if we switch sides, the vice versa would be true. All right, we do need E. It's pretty good. Since we did that, we're going to learn about claws really fast. This is an educational stream. All right. We need to know where in the world are these claws going to be used that we just built. Okay. Like where, how, what are the ethical ramifications? Is what I'm saying, right?
So, Vega?
Vega.
Vega?
Vega.
Vega? I'm looking over your Form 2A here, a request for additional apparatus or equipment within the Street Fighter II tournament, also heretofore known as SF2 Street Fighter II Champion Edition Turbo et al. If I'm understanding you correctly, you would like to fight with a weapon?
See, I want to use my...
Sorry. Can you take that mask off, please?
I'm sorry. I want to use my claw.
Jesus, you! You want to fight with this claw?
See,
Okay, that looks very dangerous.
it is. All my foes will fall beneath its mighty sharpness.
Yeah, I do believe that if you go into a street fighting tournament with an unarmed person, they would fall pretty quickly if you stab them with 3 blades at the same time.
See, yes, it is very powerful, my claw.
Okay, stop with the gesturing. It's very deadly.
I have full control over my claw.
See that?
I'm sorry.